right. Excuse me. I'm sorry if my throat goes in and out. I'm having kind of a dry throat. I'm just going to wait a minute and wait till I know Chelsea's coming in to help me out. Hello. This is going to be not necessarily a serious topic, but I just want to have some proof that you'll see. Let me just make sure that Chelsea's going to be here because she's going to moderate for me. Hello. Let me message her. Holy crap, there's already 7 people. Hello, there you are. Hello, Chelsea. All right. So here we go. I'm in my makeup room, which is why you see all of my lovely clothing behind me. As you can tell, I need to do laundry. So yeah, we're going to start off with one of the most obvious ones. So I was accused of faking a diagnosis or not having a diagnosis, or flaunting my disability or not having a genuine disability. So I did pull out my paperwork from December 11th of 2015. I am going to cover part of this and just show you the diagnosis because it has personal information on it. Obviously, it is a doctor's note, but I don't know if you guys can see that. It says diagnosis, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, hypermobile type. I was diagnosed in 2015 by the Human Genetics Center outside of Cincinnati Children's. So yeah. This also puts in here that I have orthostatic intolerance, which is my sinus tachycardia, and the vasovagal syncope that I suffer from. Because one of my videos blew up. That is why. Also, once we reach 300, I will be doing a giveaway. I will be discussing that at the end of this. I was going to do a video, but to be quite honest, I'm not going to waste a video on this. It's a waste of my time. So second off, we're going to do that I was accused of lying of Denali's origins and lying about him. So these are the certificates that you get inside of an AKC paperwork packet when you buy a puppy. This is Denali's, maybe here. Here we go. This is Denali's litter certificate. This is basically a certificate stating where his lineage is. And as you can see, right there is the American Kennel Club logo. He did come from the Von Don and Von Schmidt lines. So he is a West German working line German Shepherd, as I have said. I have his documentation. Now, next is that I'm lying about Denali's training. Now, you can see in plenty of videos where I have his graduation certificate. No, it is Denali's certificate for his birth. So I was told that I don't have the proof of him being cleared. So right here is when I lived back in Greenfield. I had him cleared, and I will show you the price amount right there for all of his stuff to be cleared for him to be working. And that was Dr. Ness who performed that. I then have his other paperwork at the Bethel Road Animal Hospital in Columbus, Ohio here, that he was cleared to do mobility work, especially after the car accident that I was involved in. Now, second, this revolves around me and not around Denali. I was told that I would leave IOP treatment and that basically I didn't go to IOP treatment. This is my official certificate of graduation from IOP from Columbus Springs here in Ohio. This is the coin that you receive when you complete IOP treatment. Because I am sick, I went through a 6-week program, even though I was supposed to go through a 4-week program, so that I could have more days off because I was sick. So I completed my program. I just missed 2 days out of that program. So they put me in for 6 weeks instead of the 4 weeks. I'm telling you, the people who accuse me of this do not have their dogs cleared. Their dogs are not cleared for mobility for themselves. They are not cleared. They do not have any of they don't have any of it. I'm only putting this out there so that way if it comes back to bite me in the ass, I have it. It's up. I have all the documentation and the paperwork. Next is going to be that Denali did not complete his training. Now, as I said, I have certificates up on my fridge that are all of his graduation certificates. Now, I can post those later. They are stuck to my fridge. They are duct taped to my fridge because I ran out of tape. So I can't bring those down. However, I do have all of Denali's graduation for certificates from his Canine Good Citizenship. Now, he completed his ADA public access test out of a trainer out of Cleveland, Ohio. Now, I filmed no cuts. You're not allowed to have any cuts if you do this. I fully filmed him doing the public access test. We did it ourselves. I submitted it to the trainer outside of Cleveland, and then they basically said that as long as it was undoctored, which it was, and it wasn't altered in any way, that Denali would pass his ADA public access test. Now, I do not have the certificate for the ADA public access test because I submitted it over a long distance, because there is no one here that I know of yet, I'm still looking, to complete a public access test. But I will have to go back and find the receipts for that, but he was cleared to do public access. He also is getting his Ohio Public Assistance License, and he is also getting his urban CGCs. Now, he did complete his CGCs. This is his Canine Good Citizenship ribbon that he received from the dog trainer that we went through. This is also all of his information, which I am going to, well, I don't live there anymore, so it's really not that big of a deal. But right there is my trainer's signature and information. Right there is my information down below. This is the information that you submit to get it put on his AKCs. I have not submitted it yet, so I haven't submitted it yet because he's been clipped. He's not going to breed. It's not that big of a deal, but I wanted receipts because if somebody ever does try and tell me that Denali's aggressive, Denali isn't trained, Denali's not a service dog, I have the law. He's completed his training. He's completed a public access test. He's completed a CGC. And under the law here in Ohio, psychiatric service dogs are not service dogs. Do not attack me. That does not mean that I think psychiatric service dogs are not service dogs. They are true, they are valid, they are important. But under the law, they are not service dogs. You have to be hearing, sight, or mobility impaired. Now, the topic that I am discussing is that I am diagnosed with a mobility impairment. Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is a mobility impairment. I am mobility impaired. Thus, Denali is a real service dog, is a legal service dog. Now, the accusations being against me are all from separate people who do not have legitimate, under the law, service dogs. So that's not me saying that they aren't. That's not me saying that psychiatric service dogs aren't service dogs. That's not me saying that. Do not put words in my mouth because that's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that under the law, they are not service dogs. So, same thing goes. If you need a mobility dog for things such as being dizzy or something like that, you're valid. However, you have to have a diagnosis. If legality-wise, this is not me saying what I believe. This is me saying the legal stance of it all. So, let's see here. Yes, you did snag a serious stream. So, the glare in my glasses is awful. I'm going to turn this back on. That's a little bit better. I have very long hair. It's much long, such wow. Another thing that I have realized inside of the close-knit community. One, I will be making a video about the proper use of a harness and where you can properly attach things on a harness. People feel the need to pick on other people because they're insecure about themselves. They want to throw stones in glass houses. That's just how it is. I'm not bothered. I'm really not. The only reason I'm making this is because I have had multiple people come to me and ask me to have proof, so that when people try and make accusations against me, I have proof. I have documentational proof. I have legal binding proof. So yeah. It's mostly just because if it comes back to bite me in the ass or someone tries to start something, I have the proof. Same thing goes. So basically, there's been misinformation put out there that is dangerous and not true about harness use and tether use. So tether use. If you are going to tether your dog in any way, shape, or form, do not use corrective tools. Do not use corrective tools. Okay? You can use crossbody leashes, you can use tie-outs, you can use a harness, you can use a martingale collar if it is properly sized, and you can use an agitation collar. That is a collar that the D-ring goes through the buckle so that if the D-ring snaps, it cannot come off. I don't necessarily like tethering dogs by a collar, personally. I've had situations with family pets that have gotten themselves wrapped around because they have a collar on. I prefer to tether with a harness if I'm going to tether anything at all. That goes to you, that goes to tethering them outside, period. I do not suggest using correction tools for tethering because it's an extended period of time wearing something. So, the thing is that it's not being used safely or correctly. There's information being put out there that is not safe or correct. Yeah, so essentially with the harness situation, give me 1 second because I am going to actually grab the examples so that you guys can actually see what I'm talking about, because it is a little bit difficult to explain. So give me just 1 moment. I see you, baby boy. Back up. All right. I'm knocking things over. Okay, so welcome to my lump of pile of different harnesses. All right, so first things first. This is a counterbalance harness. This, ooh, hello. Thank you. I love my service dog gear. This is a counterbalance harness. So basically, this is used for counterbalance. You can use a counterbalance handle and you can use a pull strap to attach to the back of these D-rings. Now, this is considered to be okay for light to heavy mobility depending on what you need. Now, that does not mean you put your weight down on any of the handles on this, okay? Okay. This is an Amazon vest. This is actually a Julius canine. I refused to buy from Amazon. I refused to give them money. So I bought a Julius canine when Denali was a puppy. Now, the information that was given was that you can attach a pull strap to these little flimsy plastic D-rings. I do not suggest forward momentum pulling in this. I do not suggest using any kind of heavy mobility in this, unless you are going to use this as a training harness and you can hold on to this for light, very, very, very light counterbalance or grounding, depending on how tall your dog is, which is what it was used for with me when he was first doing it, is that I would hold on to this so that way he could understand that eventually there was going to be pressure there. There was going to be a pull up. Okay? Do not put pressure down on your dog. Okay? Do not attach a pull strap to this. Do not. That's not what this is for. Boldly designed harnesses are an excellent investment if you have the money to do them. Next, this is a very light mobility counterbalance harness. Very, very light. I don't agree with doing any kind of pulling with these, unless you have a DD Designs or Purple Poodles, which is cleared for mobility work. Don't suggest it. So basically, that's what this is for. Yeah, it's meant for very light work, or being able to hold a counterbalance handle on these. I do not use a counterbalance handle. I don't even really use a pull strap on this because I don't have Denali pulling me. I don't have him doing heavy mobility work or forward momentum pulling at all anymore. So that's what this is. Next, there was information told about putting pressure down on a handled harness. Now, I'm going to take his cape off so that way you can actually view the whole harness without it being in the way. Now, this is Denali's usual harness. This is Denali's heavy mobility harness. Do I use it for heavy mobility? No, Denali does not do heavy mobility anymore. He only ever did forward momentum pulling for heavy mobility, and that was very few and far between. I have a smart drive now. I don't agree with people using their dog for forward momentum pulling if it's for extended periods, or if you're making your dog do it from a dead stop. I don't personally, I don't like it. I know that it's not unethical. I get it. I personally don't feel comfortable doing that. So, people talking about putting weight down on this handle. This is not meant to put heavy weight down. Do not put your weight on your dog while the dog is in motion. Do not put weight on this handle unless the dog is in a brace position, and even then, that's a last-ditch effort. Put your hand down here on the dog's actual withers. Do not put your hand anywhere near this. This is meant for holding on to and being able to keep your balance and pulling up when you lean, those kinds of things. It's just a rigid handle, okay? Do not, under any circumstances, put your weight down on your dog, okay? Unless it is them bracing for you to get up. Do not put your weight down on your dog. I don't even use Denali for full brace work. I use him for balance while I get up. I do not put my weight on my dog. I'm not comfortable with it. Denali will do it. There's been instances when I've been legitimately stuck in my floor. I've been legitimately crying because I am stuck. And that is the only time I have ever put my weight down on my dog to try and get up. Ever. And it's happened twice. Twice. And that's after Denali was 2. He's almost 3. Okay? So, that's exactly how you're supposed to use these. If you need a heavy mobility device, if you need a cane, if you need a walker, if you need crutches, if you need a chair, the dog is not a substitute. Okay? The dog is not a substitute for those devices. If your dog does not meet the requirements to do mobility work, do not use that dog. If your dog has not been cleared for it, do not use that dog. Okay? Denali has been cleared. Denali is 80 pounds. Gear on, he's about 82, 83. Denali meets the weight requirement for me. Okay? Denali meets the weight requirement for me to do light mobility work with him, for him to help me hold my balance. That's what Denali does. Okay? Exactly. Stop using dogs as the tools that they aren't. Especially dogs that are too light and too small to do it. Okay? I'm not doing the stirring the pot, trying to say and put things in my mouth. The accusations against me were that Denali was aggressive. Okay? Serious talk. The accusations against me were that Denali was aggressive. Now, Denali was reactive as a puppy. He was considered to be red line reactive. He would lose his shit. The reason he lost his shit, oh my god. The reason he lost his shit was because he was insecure. Okay? There was an incident when I was younger, when Denali was younger. He was maybe 3 months old. A person who shall remain nameless shoved me and drew his fist at me and like shoved me against my car and was going to hit me. Now, Denali, as a puppy, he was 3 months old, jumped when I got shoved and grabbed this man's shirt and ripped it. He grabbed a hold of him and ripped his shirt, attempting to protect me. Now, the timeline of this is because after that happened, I went to college, okay? I was gone for maybe 2 months, 3 months-ish. I could not have Denali with me at that time. I was working at college. It was not fair to him, so my mom was going to watch him for a couple months until I got my shit together so that he could come stay with me, okay? Now, hi, baby. Come here. I know I'm frustrated. Come here. Oh. But I left. And I only got to see him very, very few times. He had some serious mammal papal syndrome, okay? It festered. He didn't get it nipped in the ass because he was a house dog at that point. They kept up with his sit and stay and basic obedience stuff, but they didn't work with him otherwise because that wasn't their job. I just needed them to watch him. So when I got him back and he was, say, he would have been about 5-ish, almost 6 months old when I got him back. He had some serious reactivity problems. He didn't know when to turn it off. He didn't. And I didn't know what to do. So the moment I realized that he was doing this is when I contacted Todd, my trainer. Todd has trained dogs for the military since 1989. He trained Belgian Malinois and German Shepherds as his specialty. He then was, when he went out of the military, he himself began training dogs for protection and obedience work. And he himself got a service dog. His service dog is insured through the VA, but he did continue to train his dog. His dog is trained by him. He trained his own service dog. I don't know how many times I need to say this. So Todd knew what he was doing, okay? I went to him. I asked him what the hell was going on because he wasn't that way before. So essentially what happened is we went through rigorous training to nip the reactivity of the ass. So we went through 3 months every day, 3 hours a day, training with him to work on reactivity. So I got his reactivity under control, enough to go into classes. And that's when the documentation shows that I began to work through classes with him. Now, does he still bark sometimes? Yeah, he's a fucking dog. They're gonna bark sometimes. Most of the time it's because he's jealous. We're working on it. The accusations that Denali is aggressive and have bit people needs to be put into context, okay? Denali defended me, Okay? Somebody was assaulting me. He did not go after anybody who was not a threat to me, a genuine threat to me. And the fact that people continue to try and say that and spin that is bullshit. You do not get to say that you are a supporter of domestic violence survivors, that you're a supporter of people who went through sexual assault and assault in any way, and then try and blame my dog for defending me in a situation where I was being assaulted. He was young. He was a puppy. Now, the second incident that happened. If I cry, I'm sorry. This is more recent. My last serious relationship. He was an extremely abusive and manipulative man. He was not a good person. Okay? And in this situation, he got mad and he grabbed me and he choked me. And he pinned me against the wall. And basically, I couldn't breathe. And I was only able to scream once. And at that point, Denali was a year and a half old, about. And he grabbed him. He did. He grabbed his pants and got a little bit of the skin and was trying to protect me. And when he did that, it scared him. It scared the man. And he dropped me. And at that point, my upstairs neighbors had heard me screaming. And he knew that he was going to get busted because he heard them running upstairs. And he left quickly. My neighbors came and comforted me and tried to convince me to go to the cops, and I didn't because I was scared. Denali has never done anything to anybody to harm anybody who was not harming me. These two instances happened over 2 years ago. Okay? Thank you for your toy. I love you too. I'm getting upset, so Denali's starting to bring me things. Exactly. Denali was still actively in training. His CGC information was after this incident happened. Denali received his CGCs after all of this happened. To clarify, Denali received his ADAs and his CGCs after this incident happened. And since then, the only other incident is that he got attacked once and he went back into training and did it, and he was fine and he repassed everything. To clarify. So, essentially, the accusations brought against me are half-truths. They're people trying to use something that did happen and twist it so that I look guilty. So, this is me saying, has Denali defended me in the past? Yes. Was it over 2 years ago? Yes. Did he get recertified and have his things redone after these instances? Yes. Do I believe that he has any other issues right now? No. The only thing Denali does that we're trying to work on is other reactive dogs who go after him and get close to him. He will bark and back up. He's trying to defend himself. That is the only thing that he does. And we're still working on it. But if he's invest and they aren't actively attempting to attack him, we're good. I have plenty of videos. I have plenty of pictures. I have plenty of evidence on my Instagram. Plenty of stuff up that shows him in close proximity to dogs that are not service dogs, and he's fine. He's good. A-okay. It's when dogs try to actively attack him that he fluffs up, he barks, and tries to defend himself. So, again, I was reminded. The accusations being brought up against me are by a community that, one of which, their service dog has attacked 2 dogs, 3 if you count mine, but they get into spats, whatever. But has attacked 2 dogs, seriously attacked 2 dogs, and one of those dogs did not live. The dog died. It is still active. Okay? No names. Do not contact me trying to figure it out. Do not ask me who it is. I will not tell you. I'm simply putting the facts out of people who are saying these things against me. This is not to bash people. This is not to instigate shit. This is to set shit straight because I'm not the bad guy here. Okay? This dog attacked another dog and it died. Okay? This person is claiming Denali is aggressive. Okay? Denali has never started a dog fight himself. Depending on who you're talking about, close friend-wise, transgender service dog, not my close friends anymore. I know who you are, but you know the situation going on. We talk. But yeah, not my close friends anymore. The other issue of claiming my dog is aggressive is coming from someone who pick the little things to make themselves feel better. Again, throwing stones in glass houses. Now, I'm not going to address the personal issues going on with that person. They're going to think you're fake and phony no matter what you do, dude. They really are. Like I said, I have legal documentation. They want to start shit, I'll win. Trust me, I'll win. It's fine. But, yeah. So, essentially what's going on is, again, I was accused of not completing IOP. Showed proof I did complete IOP. Accusing me of not having Denali trained. I have proof he was trained. Not being able to, avoiding IOP. Not true. I only ever called out of IOP twice. One of which is when my apartment complex said that I had to remove all of my animals within 24 hours. Obviously, that upset me, and I had to handle that. That's when I left IOP early. And the other situation that they decided to not say why I left IOP is because my grandmother was sick with pneumonia, and her heart went to AFib and she went into a coma. Okay? My grandma is everything to me. So yeah, I left IOP early because I thought my grandmother was gonna die. Okay? Fuck you. Okay? They know who they are. Fuck you. My life. My grandma is okay now. She's back home. She's feeling better. They have her on new medicine. She's gonna be okay. Yes, IOP is intensive outpatient treatment. Again, I will show this document. That's my legal name. Right there is the date. I completed IOP. These accusations are coming from people who, 1, refuse to go to IOP or won't go back. 2, never completed IOP treatment. 3, people who have never had their dogs cleared. 4, people who are using their dogs in an improper manner. Okay? I'm not going to be bullied by people who think they're too high and mighty, who want to bully somebody who's actually doing it the proper way. Okay? I'm not. Again, no names. I'm sure you guys aren't dumb, okay? I'm sure you can figure out who it's coming from. I'm sure you can. It's the internet, okay? Now that that's out there, I don't know what's going on with the community, but it's bullshit. To be completely honest, it's bullshit. And I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm not gonna waste my time. I'm not gonna waste my breath. I was gonna make some, actual video and spend time editing it and putting it out there. I'm not gonna waste my time. I'm not gonna waste my expensive editing software. I'm not gonna waste my brand new computer space. I'm not gonna waste it, which is why I went on live. So yeah, I'm not gonna waste my time. Because it's a waste of my time and breath. Now, if any of you have questions, feel free to ask. Like I said, you guys can figure it out amongst yourselves. If you figure it out, great. If not, it's not that big of a deal. People close to me, people who know me personally, know what's going on. They know who this is about. They know who's saying what, where, how it's gotten to me down the line. It's not my problem. The people spreading and stirring the pot, I love you too, Chelsea, spreading the pot, have been blocked, removed, deleted, or otherwise banned from any of my social media. I've removed them. They're not my problem. Their own insecurities and their own issues are not my problem. It's not my life. It's not it's not my business to make you happy. Okay? It's not. And I'm not going to waste my time. I'm not. I've lived my whole life wasting time on people who just don't care, okay? And the only thing that I can tell you guys as a community and you guys as my followers is, unless it is a true and legitimate concern, and, it's something that needs to be addressed and is handled properly. That doesn't mean bashing people on the internet. That doesn't mean dragging them through the mud. That doesn't mean calling them names. It doesn't mean backstabbing them. It doesn't mean taking things from them. No. No. Handled properly, as an adult, it's fine to address concerns. But when it goes from addressing concerns to dragging somebody, making fun of them, and just dragging them because you want to feel better about yourself, you need to look at yourself. Not my problem. Most of the people who bash me or come out against me have bigger problems than I do. I was told that I gloat about my things and I always have to have the best things. And is it wrong of me to want nice things? I had a hard life. I have. I know you guys don't know everything. Some of you do because you're closer to me. It's not wrong of me to enjoy nice things. It's not wrong of me to talk about those things. Yeah, I have a nice car. I was in a serious car accident. That's how I got my nice car. I do have the nicest animal tanks. Because I believe that if you're going to have an animal that relies on you, they should have the nicest things. They should be treated nice because you are putting them in that situation. Yes, I do have a very nice home. I am blessed to have the home that I do. Okay? Never have I ever dogged on somebody else for something that they don't have. Okay? I've done nothing but try and help people. I have pulled strings. I have contacted people. I have used my own contacts, my own personal contacts. I have used my own time and investments to help other people to get the things that they need. And what I get in return is being talked about and being treated as if I'm some master manipulator and some narcissist. Yes, rules for service dogs in the United States are different from Canada. You would have to look up Canadian rules. But yeah, I'm not going to be bullied. Spent my whole life doing it. Spent my whole life putting up with it. I'm good. Okay? I'm good. And honestly, I don't even care anymore. I really don't. I don't. I shouldn't have to defend myself on the internet. I shouldn't have to put this stuff up as receipts for all of it. I shouldn't. But I am, to cover my own ass, because I'm not going to have it come back and bite me when I know I never did anything wrong. Sure, I can have some narcissistic traits, as everyone can. I could be narcissistic. I can have, I could be full of myself sometimes. I can. It's part of the issues going on with me. But I never treat anybody lesser than me. I never treat somebody as if I'm trying to one-up them. Ever. Ever. And the group that I was in has no idea what it is truly like to live as disabled as I am. That's not me saying that they aren't valid or that they have their own issues, because everybody does. When I say that I am physically disabled, I am physically disabled. It's only going to get worse. It's a degenerative disease. Okay? I'm not perfect. I have an attitude sometimes. I can be narcissistic sometimes. I can cop an attitude or be pissy. But I'm not gonna apologize, because I didn't do anything wrong. I'm confident in that. I did nothing wrong at all, other than being human. Same thing. I'm not going to apologize. Denali never did anything wrong. These people refuse to take their dog to the dog park because they start fights every time. Okay? I have plenty of videos of Denali having a good time at the dog park and playing. So yeah. It's just, thank you. I love my hair. But yeah, it's just, I'm just tired of the dumb shit being spread around. I really am. But give me 1 second. I will talk about giveaway wise what thank you. I will talk about what we're gonna do giveaway wise. Give me 1 second. Whoosh, baby boy. Almost forgot also. These accusations are also coming from people who have beaten their dogs, who have abused their dogs because they have temper problems. To clarify, I have lost my temper on Denali. I prong checked him too hard once, and I stopped using the prong collar. Okay? That's why Denali doesn't use it very often anymore. Only when we're training new stuff. Second, the only time I ever lost my temper and did anything to Denali is when he freaked out when we were doing a tooth cleaning and I pinned him. Okay? Because he was thrashing around and I lost my temper and I pinned him. Okay? I have never closed fist hit my dog. I've never beaten my dog. I have never done anything to him like that. And to have people who have admitted to beating their dog to the point where they thought they were going to wash is bullshit. Okay? Okay. Just to clarify. Now, here's what we're going to be doing. So, first prize winner of the giveaway is going to be getting a full set of lime green gear. Yeah. Needless to say, less than 2 months ago, the same dog who has attacked and killed another dog tried to attack and kill another. Okay? They lost their temper and tried to beat the fuck out of their dog. Okay? I'm not going to be blamed and accused of anything like that because I have never hit him. Ever. Like that. Ever. Now, he's been spanked because he's, when he was potty training, I spanked him. But I've never closed fist beat my dog. I have never hit him with the intent to hurt him. Ever. Period. Anybody around me, anybody who is trained with me knows I do not like excessive force on my dog. I don't. He is a sensitive being beyond what people think he is. He does not do well with it. I know, I'm upsetty. Come here. I know, I'll move it. Come here. Come here. Come here. My cat's knocking stuff over. Denali's being all huffy. Give me just 1 second here. There we go. Okay, sorry my phone went off. But anyway, so needless to say, I'm being accused by people who are no better, if not worse than me. So, not my problem. Depending on yes and no. Yes and no. I've had German Shepherds. I've had German Shepherds that don't care when they get yelled at, who don't really care. Denali, if I yell at him, he's genuinely nervous. He doesn't like to be yelled at. He doesn't like to be corrected harshly. He doesn't. I don't have to. I don't have to raise my voice with him hardly ever. It's just the kind of dog that he is. Now, I've had German Shepherds where they just don't give a shit. So, Alice, what are you doing? My black cat is intruding on the live. So anyway, first prize winner is going to get a full lime green set. This is I forget what brand this is, because I did take the tags off. But it is a large. It fits Denali, but it has plenty of space for you to punch holes. And it is coming with a 4-foot nylon leash. I prefer 4 foots. Personally, I prefer leather leashes, but they don't have any cute lime green leather leashes. So that's going to be first prize. This is mostly just anybody who wants, well, no, we'll wait on this. But anyway, I'm sure people have seen this in my other videos. It's a hands-free leash that has like this retractable piece to it. No, it is not a flexi leash, but it works really well with wheelchairs for dogs who usually work off leash. I don't suggest for anybody who has any correction work with their dog, but it works great if you use off leash stuff. But I think I'm going to ask a close friend of mine if she wants it for her service dog, because she does a lot of off leash stuff with her. But anyway, the other ones are going to be, I think I'm going to choose 2 runner-up. We're going to do this lime green paw print leash. It's a 4-foot also. And then we are doing a 4-foot red leash. All the leashes I'm giving away are 4 feet because I prefer 4 foot personally. I think they work best. They're less flimsy. I will go about doing that once we reach 300. I'll do another live or a short video how to enter, because I haven't quite decided the way that I'm going to do it yet. But for people wondering what the heck this thing is, it's called a Lucky Leash. I'm sure you could look it up online. But yeah, they're pretty cool. It's magnetic. Holds together. I really like it when I'm really like doing a lot of off-leash stuff with him, but it's great. We're going to do that once I reach 300. I was going to do one at 100, and then I was going to do one at 200, but then my channel blew up from the Service Dog Handler Gets Assaulted video, which I'm contemplating taking a lot of my old content down, if not editing it. But at the same time, like, I really don't want to waste my time. So, you know, it just kind of depends. But yeah, that's kind of why my channel has had a boom in subscribers, was because that video blew up. And then I think my Pride video also had a lot of views. I have people who are like, you don't need a handicap spot, and you don't have a chair to get out. And I'm like, really? You clearly don't watch my channel because I use a wheelchair. But it's fine. That's what I'm thinking too. Like, I kind of don't want them up. Kind of. But at the same time, like, I can't erase everything that happened. What happened was valid and hard and fucked up, to say the least. And I'm not going to waste my time hiding it when, yeah, it happened. It happened. And it sucked a lot. It sucked dick. Bad. But, you know, I know, my chair is in my intro. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. People are stupid. It happens. All right, cool. But yeah, ableism is very much a thing. I have some other videos and stuff. I have a video clip of this giant, it wasn't a Suburban, it was like it was a Lincoln Navigator that double parked. And when I say it double parked, I mean like it parked all the way on top of my car. Like there was no way for me to get into my car to put my chair in my car. So I had to call security to have it moved. And I successfully got this person's brand new Lincoln Navigator towed. Because they completely blocked in the handicap spot, which felt good. I have clips of it, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to put where. If I'm going to put it in a video, I probably will. That or I'll post it somewhere on social media. It'll be up somewhere. But yeah, the guy who was like helping me out was really nice. So I can send it to you. I'll have to find it. It's from a little while ago. But yeah. But yeah. If you guys have any other questions or anything like that, you know, for the last, I'm going to probably cut this off at about an hour. So anything that you guys, you know, want to ask or anything like that, feel free to ask. My mom sent me this very cute picture of this German Shepherd she just saw at the groomer. But yeah. Denali. My pretty boy. He's taking a nap. Ohio does not recognize psychiatric service dogs. The dog has to be for hearing, seeing, or physical impairment. Usually 2 years. 1.5 to 2 years is how long it takes to train a service dog here. As long as the fleece Y fronts are made by a company that has them approved, that has them mobility tested, don't care. But if you're just gonna get a cheap fleece harness and use it, don't. If it's not been made for that, don't. Now that I think about it, let me look and see. That's what Denali is. He's a medical alert mobility dog. Yeah, right here. So, how the law defines assistant animals in Ohio. Ohio has 2 different sets of laws on service animals and public accommodation. They describe which animals qualify for protection differently. Under the Ohio Revised Code, dog laws, assistance dogs are allowed to accompany people with disabilities into public accommodations. Assistance dogs must be trained by a nonprofit special agency that are limited to guide dogs that have been trained to assist a blind person, hearing dogs that have been trained to assist someone who is deaf or hearing impaired, and service dogs that have been trained to assist someone who is mobility impaired. Under this definition, psychiatric service animals do not qualify, nor do animals trained to assist with other disabilities, such as seizure animals who assist someone with epilepsy, an animal that alerts to someone with diabetes and low blood sugar, or an animal trained to detect allergens. However, other provisions of Ohio law and the administrative code that interprets the state's civil rights laws has a much broader definition of service animals, and this law also applies to public accommodation. So, administrative code, people with disabilities may bring all animal assistants into public places of accommodation. An animal assistant is any animal that assists a person with a disability. Include hearing, guide, a monkey that retrieves things, because the definition of disability in the administrative code includes both physical and mental impairments. This provision of the law appears to include psychiatric service animals, animals trained, other services for those with disabilities. It appears to. And then it goes into what the ADA actually says, which is the federal law. But yeah. I don't need more clothes. I have a thing of clothes that need to be put up. I don't know how I feel about the, as long as the testing and licensing system is free, like whatever, but yes, pretty much. If the ADA ever changes anything, Ohio handlers are fucked. Which Denali would be defined as being trained because he did go through professional training and he did take the ADA and the CGCs. But if you haven't done that, then I'm assuming that you would be shit out of luck. Which, like I said, I don't agree that it's right, but it's just how the law is written. Can I help you? My cat is messing around inside of a box underneath of my desk. Mama. No, leave Kiki alone. Come here. Come here. That's stupid. Yeah, no. I don't think that there should be, it shouldn't be that expensive to do a test. It's $30 for the CGC. So, which the ADA test, I believe, depending on what trainer you go to, is anywhere from free to, I think it's $50. But yeah, I gotta go because I gotta feed him. I have to clean and yeah. So, um, yeah, it's 15 at PetSmart for the CGC too. But you have to go. I think you have to go through at least one of their training classes to do that. But yeah, I will hopefully be editing and putting up a video here soon of me and my friend Sarah going out and training. So yeah, I will hopefully have that up soon. But yeah, goodbye, guys.